is super weird. I'm hearing this music, but I can't seem to find these things that are singing. Yes, obviously, by Papa Smurf's little tune there, we are obviously going to go over Smurfs 2. Yes, unfortunately, they did make a sequel, so obviously I had to watch it because who wasn't a fan of the Smurfs growing up? I know I was. I'm hoping you were too. Let's get this going. Alright, well, it's the storyline, I would say it's decently tolerable predecessor. Unlike its first, this doesn't really strike a storyline. At least a good one for that matter. Basically, the plot is Gargamel creates non-Smurfs called Naughties, which weren't in the, you know, other series in the original series. They use these not he uses these non-Smurfs to steal back Smurfette. Because if you remember from the original series, Gargamel actually created Smurfette to lure the other Smurfs out of hiding to capture them. Now, obviously, that didn't work, and Papa Smurf saw goodness in her and used his magics to transform her into a true blue Smurf, which is basically the overall plot of this film. He basically it's Smurfette's birthday, and Gargamel is tries to get her to be a naughty instead of a regular Smurf, which is what they like I said, which is what they go through the film. It's circled around Smurfette, which is fine. I really don't have a problem with that. Unless it's poorly, and I mean completely and utterly poorly written, which this film was. It was really badly written. I mean, not even the casting could save this atrocious 2-hour atrocity. Yeah, I used like a double there. It's that bad. I can't believe they have the nerve to call this a sequel, because this was pure shit. It was manure. Like, it really pains me, to say this, because like I said, who didn't love the original series growing up? Keep in mind the series all, it revolved in the universe of the Smurfs, not really in our present day New York, or like within our universe. It was like another parallel universe where apparently everyone's blue or something. You know, I get the concept they were trying to do, and it's good. It definitely is a good story to have, but unless you have really good writing, it's gonna come out really, really shitty, and it's not going to do much for the audience. Now, granted, your audience is mostly kids, and but the other half you have to give is the adults who watched the original and who somewhat enjoyed the first one, like myself. But come on, you have to have a little dignity here. There were so many damn puns in this movie. Yes, some of them weren't even punny. Like, really? You did not just put that in there. I'm watching you. I'm coming after you later. I just couldn't believe that they left, like, at these jokes, these puns after the post right. I mean, it's so bad. You know, because it's just you go into a kids movie thinking, okay, it's gonna be bad. If you're an adult and you go into a kids movie, you're like, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna have bad humor, but you still laugh at it. But there, yes, there's many to play on words. You need to break it down though, because you do have adults in there. You don't have to pretend. You don't really have to, focus your energy towards the joking for them, but it helps. If the parents enjoy it, the kids enjoy it. That's what it really comes down to if you really think about it. But yes, there are way too many play on words. Every time they said one, I just went, "You gotta be kidding me!" I had to face palm myself multiple times. Seriously, I wanted to leave. Seriously, I've never wanted to leave a theater more than Smurfs. This was There was just too much. I mean, I almost did the Stewie thing where I would just, you know, fly to wherever Gosnell, the director, is living. Buy a fucking ladder and then slap the shit and go. That's not funny. It was that bad. I wanted to punch the screen. Every 5 minutes I was like, I can leave, right? I don't have to stay here. I wanted to leave. It was that bad because it was just so unnerving to watch. Like I said before, previously, not even the casting could help. I mean, I love the casting a lot. I mean, Perry, Ricci, Smooth, Lopez, Yeltsin, Oliver, Armisen, Foxworthy, Cumming, Thompson, Rubin, Shack, and the late great one, the great one and only, the one and only Mr. Jonathan Winters. I mean, I love this guy. It is very saddening that this was his last film. Such a great actor in person. And then you have the man of awesomeness and Mr. Suits himself, Mr. MPH, Neil Patrick Harris. He personally could not salvage this film, this complete downfall. I just wish it was done better. It was written, directed, even the CGI. I mean, you're dealing with an unworldly character that's nowhere been seen. It needed to be tweaked, like make it more realistic. Give the kids to think about. Oh, you know what? Smurfs could be real. I we're coming down here, and I'm thinking, I think it's safe to say that I am not going to recommend this film for anybody, obviously, except for the kids, because let's face it, there's not really a lot of kids films out right now. There's a lot of rated R stuff. I can't and I won't. If I'm a fan of the series and the casting, and every bit of my own advice clearly shows that this film was a box office dud. If you look at the numbers alone, I mean, 142,614,158. For the first one. That was for the first movie. Now, this one clearly falls flat, on its shiny blue ass with only a 57,081,815, release. I mean, just compare those numbers alone. You're off by a lot, a big, a huge, huge margin. Obviously, the people have spoken. Great writing leads to, an amazing film, amazing stuff in film sequels. You need to have good writing and sequels. Otherwise, you're just going to be another statistic and a stereotype thinking sequels suck. Majority of the sequels suck, especially when it comes to kids films. Look at those Air Bud things now, the Air Buddies, whatever they're called. I don't even know what they're called. They're called the Buddy films. I don't know. They're like the little talking dogs. They talk now. It's stupid. Nobody really cares except for the kid, like the really little ones. Like the people who grew up with Air Bud obviously can't stand this anymore. I've talked to a lot of them. You know, I'm telling you, this film, you're up a creek without a paddle. They could not get it done with this one. If you do find yourself in that situation, I assure you the Gare Bear Network and the team here will hopefully help you along the way, as long as you subscribe to my channel. And you can do that by clicking on Phil right there. Um, you know, it's all good for its weird and goodness. Also, make sure you guys share and like my videos. For the next one is going to be a personal favorite of mine. And in demigods we trust. That is right, my Greek friends, because Percy Jackson is back and heading into the Sea of Monsters. So stay tuned if you want to find out if he lives to tell the tale.